Ridge Roamer. Overview and first ride on the new Triumph Trident 660. Alright, so the new Trident 660 from Triumph is designed to go against some of the other middleweight naked sport bikes like the MT-07. Triumph has always had the more premium setup with the Street Triple RS, Speed Triples. Now they're looking for something with a little bit less power, a little bit more beginner friendly. Not quite the same fit and finish, not quite the same high quality components, but still significantly better than what you're going to find with some of your other manufacturers. So you're still getting a Showa suspension, you're getting all LED lights, headlight, turn signal, brake lights. You still get some very nice quality paint, very good overall look to it. I'm very happy with what I see. They are a little bit lower as spec as far as the brakes, the suspension. You're not going to get what you do on the Street Triple, but you're also not paying the money. So where the Street Triple comes out in that $11,000–$12,000 range, the Trident's coming right around $8,000. So for 25% less money, you get about 25% less bike. So not all bad. The Street Triple is a lot of motorcycle. This new Trident 660 is making 80 horsepower and 47 pound-foot of torque versus the Street Triple, closer to 120 horsepower and 57 or 58 foot-pounds of torque. So for 25% less money, you're getting about 25% less power, 30% less horsepower, 20% less torque. A little bit smaller fuel tank as well, 3.7 instead of 4.6, and not quite the same amount of weight savings that you get on the Street Triple either, where the Street Triple is running close to right around 400 pounds wet. This is going to be about 417. So we'll go ahead and take it for a quick spin, and I'll let you know what I think. I am a big fan of their gauges. This new round gauge is beautiful, gives you all the information that you would want. So let's get to riding. So just hopping on, I'm very happy with the ergonomics. Very comfortable seating position. Looks like we got a couple of ride modes here. We'll leave it in road. Capability to cycle through. Some information on the display there, but all the key information's up top, so I'm not real worried about all that. We'll leave it on fuel information for now. Let's take her for a spin. Super smooth idle. All right. Wow, that is happier than I was expecting. That is definitely quick for a decrease in power and an increase in weight in the Street Triple. I wasn't sure what to expect, but they are it didn't disappoint in how torquey this motor is off the line. It's only 20% less torque than the Street Triple RS, so when you start thinking about it that way, save you a whole bunch of money and still get you absolutely amazing power output on a bike this light. Pretty good response for sure. Feels very well balanced, very easy to dip around. We'll get on some curves here in a little bit. I think we're on a little flashing going on our tack, just due to the fact that it is a brand new bike and the shift light is set to running in, so it'll be a little bit mad anytime I get the RPMs up too high. That 5th gear, that roll on was still awesome torque. Second gear start, no problem. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of what I've heard, they're billing this as Triumph's new starter bike for new riders and riders that want to get into the sport world, but maybe haven't yet. I don't know that I would bill this as a starter bike. This thing is peppy. Super smooth, even downshifting. The power curve is awesome. I ride a lot of back roads, curvy mountain roads. One of the things that becomes quickly apparent is any kind of peaks and valleys in the power curve, and I'm not feeling any of that here. It is one of the smoothest. I mean, I guess just like you get out of the street triple and the speed triple, compared to anything else in this $8,000 segment, you're going to be hard pressed to compete with the power delivery and smoothness. Just looking at the controls, pretty simple here. Pretty easy to scroll through everything on the fly. Change your brightness, change your trip meters. Everything is laid out exactly where you would expect it as far as your basic controls with the horn and your turn signals. Front brake lever does have the adjustment on it, which is very nice. I'm a little over 200 pounds, and probably more like 220 if we're being real, and I was expecting to feel like the rear suspension especially was wallowing a bit, just based on what I saw. It's quite good. I don't know that I'd make a whole lot of changes, maybe increase the preload just a little bit. But it seems to ride very well as far as the suspension feel. Doesn't have the full adjustability and the high-end Olin suspension that you find on a Street Triple RS, but at $8,000 you're going to make a trade-off somewhere. Just like the Street Triple feels comfortable but sporty at the same time. Feel like I could be out all day on this and not get wore out. Ergonomics, if anything, are slightly more relaxed than a Street Triple, but should be very, very close. I would personally prefer bar end mirrors, but I know they are available as an option for this. If I were to pick up a new Trident, I think the two things that I would immediately go for would be bar end mirrors and then the quick shifter. I've gotten used to the quick shifter on my Tiger 900, and it is a blast. And I think on this motorcycle, just like on the Street Triple RS, it would be very handy and give you that quicker acceleration, easier, not even having to deal with the clutch. Plus, if we're honest, it's just fun having that quick shifter capability. So I'm going to try something here. I'm going to get up to 6th gear at about 30 miles an hour. RPMs are just a touch over 2,000, and then I'm going to roll on and see how it responds. That's pretty quick to 65 for 6th gear. Alright, find a road with a few more curves. That torque definitely helps with the exit speed coming out of a corner. I know this is a big bump here, so we'll slow down for it. A little bit of a hit over that bump there from the suspension, but nothing too out of the ordinary for a bike without a absolute premium suspension. Man, it's peppy. Slow down for a little water in the road here. So speaking of water in the road, I did notice this has the lower fender instead of a higher fender. Going through that water splash there, I didn't notice anything ridiculous as far as road spray coming up off of there. It seems to work quite well. Very lightweight, very flickable. I've ridden a lot of other bikes in this size category that seem to be very buzzy. I think due to the 3-cylinder design and this Triumph Trident, I'm not getting the buzzy feel. It's a lot smoother than some of the twins. It gets up to speed pretty well. We'll leave it at that. The Brakes on this work quite well. I've not hit them hard enough to need ABS to feel that kick in. But the dual rotor, dual piston on each rotor caliper, the brakes are quite sufficient. This would be an awesome motorcycle to commute on. I'm sure the fuel economy we're going to see out of it is quite good. But at the same time, it's fun. It's not a boring little bike. It's peppy, it's sporty. The torque is awesome. Very lightweight. It's one of the things I think for beginners is going to be nice, having that lightweight, but also for very experienced riders that are looking for a little better performance. This surprised the heck out of me. It's not an obnoxious exhaust, but it definitely has a good sound to it. So, after taking it for a quick ride, do I recommend the Triumph Trident 660? Absolutely. This is more fun than it should be at this price point. Exhaust has got a nice note to it. Very happy with what I just experienced. A lot more bike than I was expecting. I would say find your way to your closest Triumph dealer. If you can find any left, because I know they've been selling out before they even get to the dealerships, definitely take it for a test ride. It may just be your next motorcycle.